This is Rick Kaselj from exercisesforinjuries.com. Tonight, I'm coming to you from holidays. I'm on holidays in the Victoria area of British Columbia. My wife just put my kids to sleep, and I just headed outside to a local park to do this quick video. And what I wanted to chat about was tight hip flexors and a common stretch that people end up doing, and how I end up kind of tweaking it in order to get more out of that stretch. So it's a 90-90 hip flexor stretch is what I end up calling it. So it is when you kneel down and the back leg, ankle, knee, and hip are at 90, and the front leg, ankle, knee, and hip are at 90. And so from the side you see it as a 90-90, and then from the front what I want to make sure is that I have the knee in line with the hip with the front leg, and the back leg, the knee in line with the hip. So that ends up being the starting position that I end up wanting. And what I'll end up doing is bracing the abdominal area in order to prevent any change in the curvature in my low back. So the curvature of my lower back stays the same. It locks down my pelvis and allows me to get a better stretch, specifically through rectus femoris, or the most superficial quadricep muscle. And so I'm bracing through here, I'm contracting the glute, I'm bringing that hip forward, and I'm looking at getting that stretch in rectus femoris. Now, what oftentimes will end up happening is people will not end up looking at that back leg and how much that back leg is rotated in and rotated out. So a lot of people will go into the exercise and they'll end up having that heel inwards so that their thigh is end up externally rotated, and they'll do the stretch and they really won't feel much from the stretch. So then what I end up getting them to do is internally rotate, so bringing that heel out and then going into that stretch, and they'll end up feeling a greater intensity in that stretch, or they'll feel that stretch ending up moving more to that outer side, that lateral side, so hitting more vastus lateralis, iliotibial band, tensor fascia lata. So give that a go next time. If you end up doing the 90-90 hip flexor stretch, a lot of times we just end up moving into that easy position, that normal position, then going into the stretch. Now look at bringing that heel out and doing this stretch, or even sometimes bringing that heel in and doing that stretch, because sometimes that'll move the stretch more into the vastus medialis and that adductor muscle. And also I'll show it to you from behind. So looking at the foot straight back, and then if I end up bringing that heel in and going into that stretch, I end up having more rectus femoris and adductor and vastus medialis. And then if I bring that heel out, I end up having more of that vastus lateralis, rectus femoris, IT band, and tensor fascia lata. So next time you end up doing that 90-90 hip flexor stretch, think about that, tweaking it when it comes to bringing that heel in and bringing that heel out in order to target different areas in that hip that could end up being tight when it comes to your hip flexors. So there we go. This is Rick Kaselj from exercisesforinjuries.com, coming to you from on holidays from Victoria. And make sure you swing on by exercisesforinjuries.com, enter in your injury or your concern in the search box. There's a good chance that I have a video or an article on your injury or condition that'll end up helping you up. If you're watching this on YouTube, head up above, hit subscribe, and what that will end up doing is every couple days you'll end up getting a video like this. Also, let me know what you think down below. Hit like, leave me a comment that I can end up answering, or a question that I can end up answering, or a comment letting me know what you think. So this is Rick Kaselj from exercisesforinjuries.com, and if you're looking for a program to help you with your tight hip flexors, you can take a look at the program that I called um, fixing tight hip flexors is what it's called. And if you look down below, I'll have a link to it, and you can get more information on that program. So this is Rick Kaselj from exercisesforinjuries.com saying take care and bye-bye.